I am finally able to showcase the new green type Mirio in Ultra Arena, and I am also going to be showcasing him in Climax battle. Even though he's type disadvantaged, I think we can make use of him and actually potentially beat double S difficulty of Climax battle, or at least that's what I'm going to attempt to do against All for One. I am not going to be taking this Mirio into VE Tower because I just don't think his kit is necessarily the greatest for VE Tower. But speaking of his kit, let's take a look at where I have his advanced leveling, his ability boards, and his kit. So his advanced leveling is completely done, or as much as you can have done without having an extra copy of the character. I did only pull one copy of the character, unfortunately. His basic route is all the way done up to board 13, and then his peace route is up to this point right here. I do not have him fully level 100 yet, but enough to have him up to level 90, so he can still be progressed a little bit further and get a little bit stronger. But other than having his peace route done, everything else is completely done. So this guy is fairly strong, or pretty close to as strong as he's going to get for a level 100 character with no DX characters. So for his plus ultra move, it's called Phantom Fist. It deals 600% damage to a single opponent. It decreases the defense of the opponent by 20% for 3 turns, with a high chance of confusing the opponent for 2 turns. Now, this is good, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Decreasing defense is by 20% is meh. It's not that great. 20% isn't quite enough when people are increasing their defense by like 30, 40, 50%, depending on what memories they have and what skills they have. And then also a high chance of confusing is great. Like, that's really nice, right? But it's not helpful in Ultra Arena, because there's just so much status element nullification going on right now. Now, if it couldn't be nullified, it would be better. The first action skill, Phantom Smash, deals 375% damage to a single opponent, gives character the ability to cover allies for 2 turns and the ability to evade for 2 turns. Now, there are no status elements there, and there are no technical hits there, and that's why this character is not super good for VE Tower. It does have a cooldown time of 4 though, which is good. That's ideal for Ultra Arena. It would be ideal for VE Tower if we were going to try to take him into VE Tower. The second action skill, Phantom Kick, deals 375% damage to a single opponent, decreases their speed by 30% for 3 turns, so that is a technical hit. Decreasing the opponent's speed is good, but it's not that big of a deal, and I've said this many times in many videos, because the whole idea behind speed in Ultra Arena is to get the turn 1 advantage, and getting turn 2 advantage is okay, but by then something could have gone terribly wrong, like getting bound by compress, for example, and then the speed won't mean anything, right? So just keep that in mind. And then with a medium chance of confusing them for 2 turns, once again, status elements are pretty much nullified all the time, which is annoying, and then gives character the ability to evade 2 times. So drawing aggro, evasion, he's good for that stuff, right? Pretty decent tank. His first auto skill, Jolly and in good health, gives character the ability to hide when they are not covering allies. So then when he's not covering, he gets the ability to hide, maybe heal up a little bit from an ally. When hiding, gives character the ability to land a bullseye and increases character's speed by 40%. So starting turn 1, you have an automatic speed increase of 40% because you are not covering turn 1, which is nice because you could run him potentially on a speed team. I am not going to be running him on a speed team, so keep that in mind. This might not be the most ideal team that I show you guys today in Ultra Arena. You might actually be able to make more use of him on a speed team rather than a defensive team like I'm going to show you. The team I am currently using is the team I run with Redestro, and I have no problems. I am able to 100% perfect many teams, like even way above my VP. So we'll kind of see how well Mirio holds up against Redestro, who is probably the best tank in the game. And if you guys haven't seen that showcase yet, go check that out. The second auto skill for Mirio, Will to protect to the end, gives character ability to make a last stand 1 time, up to 1 time. That last stand is nice, right? Gives him a little extra survivability. But then here comes a really interesting part, and one of the only tanks to really do this. Gives character persistence for 3 turns when HP is below 20%, up to 1 time. That means he cannot die for 3 turns, which is really nice. But the problem is, even if you heal back up by that 3rd turn, he dies anyways. So keep that in mind. That's one reason persistence is bad in my opinion. When character has persistence, gives character the ability to cover allies and the ability to land a bullseye. So they always have to target him as long as he has persistence, unless they have an attack all, which, let's face it, pretty much every character in Ultra Arena has an attack all. and then gives character the ability to cover allies and the ability to land a bullseye. So landing a bullseye is also solid. That means all of his moves will land a bullseye when he has persistence, so there's no evading him, which is good. When character is covering allies, increases character's defense by 25%, so that's really good as well. And because he's increasing his defense by 25%, he's a defensive character who draws aggro. I have put a defensive memory on him that is going to give him an extra 30% defense, and then he also has his evasion to boot, so hopefully he'll be a fairly decent tank for us. We'll just have to see how he holds up though. We are going to be running him alongside Najire, who can nullify status ailments and who can give us evasion as well, and then Deku, who can heal us and give us a little extra defense because Deku gives defense to the team. And then we are going to take on my defense team here first, 433,000 battle power, and we're going to go against an equal defensive team basically, but with Redestro, and see how well we perform against Redestro. Now, before we even get into the showcase, I will say I have tested this Mirio out on many different attack teams, and I wish I could say he is better in a main slot. I don't think he's great in a main slot. I think he would be good on a sub slot. So you see where Fantasy Sue is? I feel like Mirio would be solid right in Fantasy Sue spot, and then if we just put Redestro where Mirio is right now, that'd be really good. So I kind of have something like that on my defense team. I think Mirio is really, really good on sub slots because he does come out, he does draw that aggro after you've gone so far in battle, and he is going to have that persistence to keep him alive, which is really nice, and it can be really annoying when you put him on a defensive team, or it can be really helpful when you're attacking and you have, like, let's say Redestro dies on your defensive team, then Mirio comes out, replaces him, and you still have a really, really good tank who has persistence and might just let you punch above the belt and win a battle you might not normally be able to win. Okay, so I've rambled on long enough. Let's put it into action. Let's test him out and see how he is. Okay, as we get into this, we are going to target Redestro first because we have to. And then we're going to go ahead and do the Najire wave, which is going to increase our critical resist, so hopefully we don't get critted. We are going to use Phantom Smash, which is going to give us the ability to cover allies for 2 turns and the ability to evade 2 times. And then we are going to use Delaware Smash, which is going to decrease the opponent's critical hit rate. So hopefully we're not getting critted, which would be nice. And you can see we do have speed advantage purely because Mirio has 40% up speed, and so these teams are the exact same, right? Because they're my teams, my characters. The only difference is that we have a Mirio on this team who is giving you a speed up, which gives us the speed advantage. So Mirio can be actually fairly beneficial on a speed team. He's the defensive character designed for a speed team, it seems like, not so much for a defensive team like I'm running him right here. Okay, and you can see he doesn't do a ton of damage, and he is a single targeted character, which is unfortunate in this current meta, but he does have decent defense. He's level 90, you can see he hasn't taken that much damage turn 1, and he has that evasion, which helps him just, you know, tank a little bit better. So let's continue and see how he does. Alright, and we got evasion again. I probably should have waited or like switched my action skill order right there so I had evasion later on from the memory I'm using dull summertime, but that's okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and use all of our plus ultras now, and Najiri is going to give him evasion again. So it's kind of interesting having a memory that gives evasion. Mirio has evasion. Najiri gives evasion, right? It's kind of cool. So his plus ultra has a high chance of confusing the opponent, but realistically, we're probably not going to confuse the opponent because of status element nullification, but we can decrease his defense by 20%, which could actually be fairly useful against this Redestro, who, if anyone has played against him, knows he is very annoying. Alright, and you can see Mirio is now hiding, not drawing aggro any longer. He only draws aggro for 2 turns, keep that in mind. Alright, we had our evasion right there, which was nice. Mirio's going to attack, but they have evasion. We had bullseye though, because Mirio has bullseye, so that's nice. And I believe we should have decreased Redestro's defense by 20% if it hit right. So let's see, defense. I see a lot of defense up for Redestro, which is annoying, right? Defense down. Maybe he dodged it. or maybe Najire nullified the debuff, which is possible. Okay, so we didn't get the defense down on him. Unfortunate. But yeah, so you can kind of see the problems with Mirio. Like, he's single target. He doesn't do a ton of damage. His status elements can't hit, right? But he is a good tank. He like, look at his health. His health is still solid. And we're about to have the first turn again, and he's going to draw aggro. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. The scary thing is when Redestro starts, when he hits his 10 stress, right? He's going to have Pierce, and that is going to cause us some problems if he's able to land his attacks. All right, let's go ahead and... Yep, we just have to keep going. Oh, we actually landed the Confuse. There we go. Okay, helpful. That's good for us. That puts them a little bit behind on their plus ultra turn, which is solid for us. That's actually really, really good. Maybe we can get something done now. Maybe we can confuse them again, which would be awesome. Okay, did not confuse him again. He resisted. All right. It's fine, but like, look at Redestro's tankiness. It just takes forever to kill him. Okay. Okay, we're starting to get the other two characters down. Our evasions are very nice for us. Mirio is still at level 90. Keep that in mind. Just once again, he's only level 90, doing very well for us. All right, we're going to get evasion right here on Mirio. I don't know. Is he still drawing aggro? I think he's still drawing aggro because we just used the other skill, right? He should be. Yep, he's covering this turn, so they'll have to attack him, meaning we should evade one of the plus ultras, and the other one, Najire, is going to hit everybody, so yeah. Oh, we got to confuse. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about one of the plus ultras. That one's going to hit our other characters, that's fine. But Redestro's plus ultra doesn't hit at least, and that one has Pierce, so I'm glad we avoided that, and hopefully we can kill him right here before he even gets the chance, but we'll see. Alright, Najire's plus ultra. We got our evasion, which is good. Oh, okay, but we have evasion. Oh no, he had bullseye, I forgot. Okay, yep. And there you go, an example of the 2-turn coverage just isn't enough. There's an example of a failure right there. Dang it, man. All right, let's do that. Redestro's just such a monster, I'm telling you. He's ridiculously annoying. All right, we'll go ahead and see if maybe we can kill him now. All right, we had Pierce and still weren't able to kill him. He is ridiculous, right? There goes Najire. There goes Sue. And all because you can never kill Redestro. That's the problem. Redestro and Mirio, I would say, are kind of on par when it comes to tanking. Redestro just does more damage, and he's better when it comes to damage. Alright, we landed the Confuse. We're down to 2 characters. Mirio is covering for us, so we got that going for us. Let's go ahead and just use our plus ultra here. But now you'll get to see my Mirio on defense and how annoying he can be, because now he's going to draw aggro. And we have to target him. Luckily, we have bullseye, right? So we hit him no matter what. And we got confused. And now we're in persistence. So our Mirio is alive, but we can't do anything. And even though Redestro died on the defense team, you can see how valuable it is to have Mirio on the defensive team, because obviously it's annoying to try and get past him. And there we go. There's a loss. So, I mean, take that how you will. I don't know if I'd call that a good showcase necessarily, to be honest. Like, I thought this character was going to be better than they were. On paper, looked really good. I think they're a solid... I don't know. It's a solid idea, in theory, I would say. but I feel like he's good on a sub slot, like really solid on a sub slot. As you can see on defense, he was really good on the sub slot, right? When it comes to using him as a main unit on attack, I don't know. I don't think he's that great. I think he'll be good for like Club Festival. Club Festival, when that returns, I think he'll be solid for Club Festival. I think he will potentially be good in Climax battles. I don't know if he'll be good in the All for One Climax battle. We'll have to try him out and see. He has type disadvantage there, but I know plenty of other Climax battles he could be very useful in, right? And then as far as VE Tower, I don't think he's going to be super useful. So if you missed out on this Mirio, or you aren't summoning for him or haven't summoned for him, I can honestly say, like, if I were to rate him, I would say I don't think you guys are missing out too much. I think they're like, just the fact that Redestro, a free-to-play Climax battle character, came out kind of pretty much alongside him or right before him, and I feel like that Redestro overshadows this Mirio a little bit. He's a little bit better, so this is a character you guys could definitely pass on if you wanted to. But let's go ahead and take a look at Climax battle. Maybe you'll want him just for Climax battle alone. Maybe he'll be really good in Climax battle. Let's see. This is my Climax battle team. I have Todoroki for the barriers, All Might for damage, and Mirio for the tanking. We have a crit memory on Mirio, so if you use him in a third successfully executed skill chain, then we will get extra crit rate for our team. We have a crit rate memory on All Might, and we have splash on Todoroki to lower his action skill cooldown times. Let's go ahead and hop in and see how this goes. Okay, All for One Climax battle, double S difficulty, just like I scripted, but now your time as an actor is up. This is the end. All for One, you demon of evil, today is the day you die. And they are strength type advantaged against Mirio, but strength type disadvantaged against Todoroki and All Might, obviously. So it'll be interesting to see how a disadvantaged character tank does against these characters. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use our Ice Fog first, and that is going to give us crit rate up, give us a barrier, and then we're going to go ahead and use Carolina's Smash, and then we will go ahead and use the Phantom Smash, which will give him the ability to draw aggro for 2 turns. All right, the first Nomu is dead. 15,000 damage actually from Todoroki, not bad. He dodges that hit, right, which is good. Dodges the other hit and then has a barrier to help him out, so that's solid, right? No damage yet to Mirio or Todoroki or All Might. Beautiful, and we confused All for One. That is solid, right? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just attack here. We don't need to use our plus ultras. All right, now we'll go ahead and use our plus ultras. We're not drawing aggro anymore, so remember Mirio's hiding, so even though he's type disadvantaged, he's not getting targeted, which is kind of cool. Got the confusion off. And you wouldn't think that a type disadvantaged character would be so good in this type of Climax battle, right? But like you can see, he is actually phenomenal so far. Alright, raise our crit rate, give ourselves a barrier, kill the Nomu. Oh, I thought we would kill him there. Okay. Yep, draw aggro, that's fine. Kill the Nomu. And then he was confused, so he hit himself, which is solid. And we do have 1 evasion left, I believe, right now. We're about to turn it into 2. And we still have a barrier as well. Alright, and we confused him again. You can see how much the confuse actually hits. Like before in Ultra Arena, you weren't able to see how often the confuse really did hit. Just because of the fact that there's status element nullification, but I feel like now you can actually see how much it hits. We'll go ahead and use all of our plus ultras here. Somebody's going to get blown out because of one of the barriers is going to go away. Looks like All Might's going to be the one to get blown out. Alright, and maybe potentially another character. Nope, just All Might. Okay, good. So we keep Mirio, we keep Todoroki. That's fine. And our World Heroes missions Todoroki comes out. Having World Heroes missions Todoroki on the team is actually really nice because he does give crit rate to the team now, and he also has increased skill impact for allies and increased defense as well. So we'll go ahead and do this, this, and this. Make Mirio draw aggro. Alright, Nomu is dead. Alright, and we'll go ahead and use this plus ultra, and then we'll use our action skills next turn. Mirio still has evasion, so he should be able to evade this attack. Perfect. And let's go ahead and use all these. Alright, Nomu's dead, and Mirio lands a hit. Did not get the confuse that time. We are entering the final phase, where he's going to reset all of our action skills, and as you can see, we've taken basically no damage this entire fight. That is how good this Mirio is. He's actually just insane, guys. Try to kill the Nomu. We did this a little bit quickly, honestly, which means the Nomus are still spawning, which is annoying, right? But that's okay. I think we'll still be okay because the evasion allowed us not to use up a barrier from the Nomu, which is sick, right? That's really, really good. And then Mirio has persistence on top of that, so we don't have to worry about him dying. Alright, and we are to his last stand. And now we just have to finish him off. Let's go. Mirio is actually so good, right? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Mirio for the win. No damage all the way up to the last phase, basically. Like, he is really, really good in this climax battle. I know you guys would not expect that, being that he's type disadvantaged, right? You're like, oh, I'm not going to take a green character into a red climax battle, but like, he is that good, right? So maybe a little bit of redemption for Mirio here. I know the beginning of this video was a little bit somber, a little bit depressing if you summon for this character and you're like, oh, he's not good in Ultra Arena. He's not as good as I thought, at least. Like, he's good on a sub slot, but he's not good on the main slots for attacking, right? But he is amazing in this climax battle, and there's your example of how good he can be. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.